Guardians of the Teachings. There are 8 principal classes of guardians, each with many subdivisions. Some are highly realized beings, others are not realized at all. Every place, every continent, country, city, mountain, river, lake or forest has its particular dominant energy or guardian, as have every year, hour and even minute. These are not highly evolved energies. The various teachings all have energies which have special relationships with them. These are more realized guardians. These energies are iconographically portrayed as they were perceived when they manifested to masters who had contact with them. And their awesome power is represented by their terrifyingly ferocious forms, their many arms and heads, and their ornaments of the charnel ground. As with all the figures in Tantric iconography, it is not correct to interpret the figures of the guardians as merely symbolic, as some Western writers have been tempted to do. Through the iconographic forms, though the iconographic forms have been shaped by the perceptions and culture of those who saw the original manifestation and by the development of tradition, actual beings are represented. Principal practices. The Semde practices of Shinei, involving fixation to bring one into a state of calm, and Langtong, enabling one to dissolve the mental activity of maintaining that state of calm so one can work with the arising of thought, are practices of meditation rather than of contemplation. They are nevertheless considered to be principal practices, as they serve to bring one into contemplation, but they are not of themselves the actual practice of Dzogchen, because practice becomes truly Dzogchen only when it reaches the level of non-dual contemplation. Indeed, practices of Semde and Longde, though not exactly the same as those found in the Semde, are to be found in almost all Buddhist schools. Once the state of non-dual contemplation has been arrived at, by whatever means, from whichever of the 3 series, one will have the taste of it oneself, and one will no longer be in any doubt as to what it is. Then one must continue in it. This continuation has 2 levels of practice, Trechut and Togyal, both principal practices, which are presented in the Menangde. The Menangde, however, not something only to be practiced after the practices of Semde and Longde. It is, on the contrary, a complete teaching in itself that has its own secondary practices of purification and preparation, among which are to be found the Rushen, whose aim is to enable us to distinguish the mind from the nature of mind, separating them, and the 21 principal Semzim, which work with a whole range of methods, including fixation, breathing, different body postures, sounds, and so on, to bring one into the state of contemplation.